So when it comes to vulnerability and being willing to, whether it's ask for help, say, I don't know, I don't know how to do this, I don't know the answer to this, this is where I'm struggling. You know, we often struggle with that, and I know professionally we've all got an image we want the world to see us as we're really successful, we're very smart, we're, you know, strategic, yada, yada, yada. It can be hard sometimes to let down the mask and reveal like what isn't working as well as we'd like, you know, because I think there's often a bit of pressure to sort of project to the world that we've got it all together, we know exactly what we're doing and exactly how to do it. How do you deal with that as far as, you know, when it comes to saying, I don't know, or maybe I thought I knew and I really didn't know. And what do you think that people can help people to be more vulnerable, more open, more authentic?
I think it all comes down to what you talk about, courage, to be honest, Margie, because if I look back at where I was corporately, I had an absolute persona at work, and then I had a totally different persona at work and at home, and then a different persona again with friends. Now what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
So I'm very much, this is me. I'm so comfortable in my own skin. I'm so comfortable with my IP, with what I think, with my views, with my opinions. And equally, I'm comfortable with the fact that not everybody will like me, or not everyone will agree with me, and that's fine. And I think you've almost got to get to that space of owning yourself, of knowing yourself, warts and all, and just being willing to talk, which takes the courage. And it's almost like giving up a habit or changing a habit. You just have to do it, because the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Absolutely.
And surprisingly, the more you ask for help, the more you'll find that people will give it without them judging you.
You know
it's that
what?
fear of judgment.
People love to help people.
They do.
I love to help people. I love it when someone says, can you help me? It's like, oh, thank you for asking. Yeah, I'd love to help you. And I think too often we don't ask. And when we don't ask because we're fear of seeming weak, or, you know, we don't want to seem needy or whatever, we actually deprive other people.
That's exactly it.
Of the opportunity to help us, to add value. And I know with what I do, sometimes I'll meet someone at a dinner and they'll share with me something they're really struggling with at work, and we're just there socially, say. And then they'll go, oh, I'm sorry to have landed you. You didn't need to hear all of that. I'm like, I love that you just share. I love to be able to be a bouncing board. You know, it's not, I do this for a living because I love doing it, you know. So I do think, you know, and that reciprocity too. I think when we ask someone else for help, it gives them permission, maybe down the track, to go, actually, would you mind helping me with this?
Yeah. I totally agree, and I think I absolutely believe that every single one of us has a gift, and that gift is the willingness to share whatever it is that you know or that you've been gifted to do. But equally, the flip side of it is a willingness to receive. And receive that help and receive that advice.
And that takes courage to receive.
It does take courage. It does take courage. And for whatever reason, particularly as women in business, we find that whole vulnerability piece really tough. But the reality is women are becoming increasingly influential. We are starting to take on more jobs at work. We are juggling 101 things. And the more that we can just be ourselves and give that gift of knowledge, of expertise, of being a mother, of being a friend, of being a lover, whatever it may be, then it is that gift that you're giving to other people. And this is what I've seen for the last 3 years in LBD, of over the first 12 months as the barriers come down, as incredible business women and very intelligent women are sharing what they know and not worrying about being judged or worrying about looking stupid or worrying about backing up what they're saying. It's just, the magic is created.
Yeah.
You just get this absolute sharing of knowledge and advice and intellect, which fundamentally makes everybody more successful.
I know when I went along to one of your events, I recall one woman, she'd just had a really rotten day. She'd had a terrible time. And she arrived, and when it came around to just sort of introducing, she just shared what a rotten time she'd had. And I was really moved by the fact that she felt safe enough in that place to just let it out and to just really be totally open and totally be vulnerable. And I think we all crave connection, and we all crave feeling secure enough to be able to say, I'm struggling, and we're not always struggling, but when we are, to just have that space. So I think for all of us to create communities, one way or another, where we have that space, because it's through sharing our burdens that we're all there, that we're all ultimately, it lightens them, and we're all better off.